I'm just waiting to see. Come on. So like I'm just waiting to this timer has to pop up. This revelation ready. All right, Khan. All right. Before I start, I'm gonna give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim Yahushai, Bahashim, Rachakorash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Red Millstone. Peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim. Walk them learning, teaching in truth and sincerity. All right, this is gonna be another video, basically the response to the question that Elder Apostle Tahar had put out in this video a day ago. I'm gonna just pull it up. All right, the title of it being "Who is the Lamb with two horns that spake as a dragon?" All right, this is dealing with biblical prophecy. All right, this is specifically Revelation chapter 13, verse 11. I'm gonna jump straight to it. All right, we're just gonna get in and dive into it. Revelation. Let me pull something up. I might just pull it up on my phone. It's like how my computer is jacked up, so it's gonna be moving pretty slow. Okay. Okay, let me type in this real quick. It's a lot. Yeah, so basically we're going to be breaking it down. All right, what that lamb is, speaking as a dragon, what that means. Because first and foremost, before anything, we're prophets. All right, the prophet's job is to tell, ultimately the return of Yahweh Shai HaMashiach, and to tell the words to the people from the Most High. All right. So let me get Salah. I didn't have it up. I didn't have it ready. Salah. There we go. I'll come back to it. Okay, Khan. All right, so we're going to start Revelation chapter 13. We're going to start at, let's see. We're going to start at verse 11. It says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth." All right, so we're going to deal with that first, the beast in and of itself. That beast being, that beast being America. All right, as we know today, and not only America, but the Edomite, the modern day Edomite Roman power structure. All right, because the first beast, actually, let me see if I can find it. A lot of the, and the Elder Apostle Tamar said it, a lot of answers for certain questions are within the same chapter. All right. So actually, let me start at verse 2. It says, "And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, and his feet were as the feet of a bear, and his mouth as the mouth of a lion. And the dragon gave him his power, and his seat and great authority. And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wondered after the beast." So understanding the scriptures, we know that this first beast right here was what is known as ancient Rome. All right, and it tells you right here, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and upon his horns 10 crowns, and upon his heads the name of blasphemy. All right, but the way to know that this is a different beast, this is the one prior, Rome. All right, it says, "And I saw one of his heads as it were wounded to death, and his deadly wound was healed, and all the world wandered after the beast. So Rome, in and of itself, fell. All right, we're not speaking Latin right now. We're not wearing togas, but we are still with. I'll just get it. The image of all of that is still being worshipped. We are replicating that just in a modern day, up to date fashion. All right. So the first beast being Rome, the second beast being Rome revived, which is America today in its power structure. All right. So let me come back down. It says, and I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth. So says, and he had two horns like a lamb. All right. And you can literally just get on YouTube and type in Revelation 13, Great Millstone Breakdown, and it'll pop up. But it says he had two horns like a lamb. First, I'll address the lamb itself first, all right, because this is, don't forget this beast is referring to America, but notice it calls it a lamb, all right. A lamb is supposed to be a peaceful creature. It's supposed to be a docile creature, all right, but we know truly that America is not such. And so let me get some scriptures actually to back it up. The fact that America is that lamb, all right, because and not the lamb, not our savior Yahushua Hamashiach, but it's using that word lamb there for a reason. Get that out of my face. All right, this is, let me see. This is, I believe it's Psalms. Psalms 55, and it lines up perfectly with the rest of that verse. Psalms 55 and 21. Wow, I went to 21. Okay. Salakia, Psalms. I thought I had 55. 55 and 21. So this is Psalms chapter 55. I'm going to start at, perfect. 20. It says, he hath put forth his hands against such as be at peace with him. He hath broken his covenant. And that's dealing with Esau, Edom. When you think of a creature, a lamb, and it's perfect that the word is here, it's supposed to be peaceful. All right. It's a docile, non-aggressive. All right. Really, you can't, unless you're an infant, you shouldn't be able to be killed by a lamb, outside of some freak accident. But that's the imagery and the way that America likes to portray itself, as if it's a lamb. All right. But we know that that's a false cover that it wears. It says, he hath broken his covenant. The words of his mouth were smoother than butter, but war was in his heart. His words were softer than oil, yet were they drawn swords. So Esau, and so what's some of the ways that he presents himself as a lamb? All right, equal rights, affirmative action. He did, what is it? Lincoln, fucker. What did he? Crap. Emancipation. Those are ways that he presents himself as a lamb, dropping care packages in different countries. He pretends to be peaceful, the same way that he shook hands with the so-called Native American Indians and broke every single treaty and every single covenant. Quite literally, it says he hath broken his covenant. All right, it literally tells you that. All right, so that's, and let me double check, see if I got any other precepts with it. Now, I'm going to go back to it, but I just wanted to address that lamb part first, so it'll make sense when you explain the horns. All right, so we understand that lamb is America. All right, America in its deceitful, wicked fashion, pretending to be something that it's not, especially towards the Israelites, pretending to care about us, all right, pretending to be at peace with us. All right, let me get, I believe it's Habakkuk. I got my scripts right here in front of me, so I might just. Oh, perfect. Habakkuk 2:15. It says, "Woe unto him that giveth his neighbor drink, that putteth thy bottle to him, and makest him drunken also, that thou mayest look on their nakedness." All right, in Esau, Edom, that lamb, they're not literally giving alcohol to drink, but they're giving that philosophy to drink. All right, all right. That's another way that they're being deceitful. Let me see if I can get one real quick. Lock it just came to mind, so I wanted to pull it up. Let's see what we can get. Let us see. Let's see. There's some other ones in Revelation. Wine of fornication. That's what it is. Okay, Salakia. I had to jog my memory. Revelation. Revelation. I'll go to 17, and then we'll get right back to the scripture. So that's how you got to do it sometimes. Or I might get 3. I might get 18. Perfect. Actually, yeah. Revelation. Shoot, I'm gonna have to get both. Revelation 17:1. Salakia, it says, "And there came one of the 7 angels which had the 7 vials, and talked with me, saying unto me, Come hither, I will show unto thee the judgment of the great whore that sitteth upon many waters." All right, that great whore being Babylon, aka America, sitting on many waters, meaning it has all the people in the world doused in its philosophy. All right, and everywhere you can go, there's a goddamn McDonald's. And it tells you further down in Revelation, I believe in this same chapter, if not another, that water represents the people. All right. It says, "With whom the kings of the earth have committed fornication, and the inhabitants of the earth have been made drunk with the wine of her fornication." So all these nations are diving in with the beast, America. All right. The EU, NATO, all right, all of these so-called conglomerates that are all under the hand of Esau, Edom. I select these damn pop-ups. Oh my goodness, come on, select. Kind of now I'm gonna go to the 18th chapter to show it again. Revelation 18:1. It says, "And after these things I saw another angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory." I'm gonna jump down to 3. It says, "For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies." All right, and this is another way to show that America is that lamb. All right, when someone is lamb-like, they'd be easy to trust. You'd willingly, uh, dwell with them or around them. All right, if someone is passive like a lamb, you wouldn't think anything of it if they handed you something, right? And that's how Esau does the whole world. He deceitfully is poisoning the minds and the bodies of the people. All right, so now let's go back to Revelation 13. So now we understand that lamb is America. All right, so now we're going to get the 2 horns. So it says, "And I beheld another beast coming up out of the earth, and he had 2 horns like a lamb." All right, in modern day today, that those 2 horns is the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, and so now let me actually get something else, because the way that America's uh, governmental system is set up, it's the same way as the first beast. All right, which was Rome. All right, it's set up in the exact same manner and fashion, and I'm going to get a scripture to prove it. All right, because not only are those 2 horns modern day in America Democrats and Republicans, but in ancient Rome they were the patricians and plebeians. All right, and I'm just going to grab something real quick to prove it. We're going to go to Maccabees. Going to go to Maccabees. I believe it's second Maccabees. It's a lot. Goddamn ads. Need a new computer, damn it. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is okay, it's first Maccabees actually, Salat. First Maccabees chapter 8 to prove that first, because this also actually ties in what the image of the beast is. Also, shoot, I might have to get into the image in and of itself since I'm here. All right. First Maccabees chapter 8. I'm going to start at verse so I'm going to start at because this actually mentions, right here, okay. First Maccabees chapter 8 verse 1, it says, now that Judas had heard of the Romans, that they were mighty and valiant men. So this is establishing the fact that they're talking about the Romans. So now we're going to jump down. Verse 9, moreover, how the Grecians had determined to come and destroy them, Edomites fighting Edomites, and that they, having knowledge thereof, I'll read down actually, verse 11. Actually, I'm going to start at verse 13. So we know this is talking about the Romans. It says, also that whom they would help to a kingdom, those reign, and whom again they displaced. Finally, that they were greatly exalted. Yet for all this, none of them wore a crown or was clothed in purple, to be magnified thereby. Let me take it back up, Salat. It says, yet, for all this, okay, Khan. Moreover, how they had made for themselves a senate house, wherein 320 men sat in council daily, consulting a way for the people, to the end they might be well ordered. All right. So this, what does that literally sound like today? All right, the Senate, the House of Representatives. So that in which they had in ancient Rome was revived and healed today. This is a part of that beast, that system. This is a part of that image that was revived. All right, back then it was a Senate. Now today, all right, it's this all the philosophies, the way that the government is set up, and ultimately the New World Order. That is a part of the image. All right, and the two horns specifically tie into this. All right. And says, and that they committed their government to one man every year, who ruled over all their country, and that all were obedient to that one, and that there was neither envy nor emulation among them. And we see this again today with the presidential elections. They don't rule for just one, all right, but they rule for four, and then they cycle it out. All right, so this is that same beast, that same image, all right, revived back here today. And so now let me get this real quick. The conflict of orders, also referred to as a struggle of orders, was a political struggle between the plebeians, the commoners, which today would be the Democrats, who niggas always vote for, and patricians, the aristocrats of the ancient Roman Republic. All right, so this is literally the same old thing all over again. So now, I'm not going to get too deep into the plebeians and patricians, but it states it literally. All right, those are the two classes that were clashing in ancient Rome, just like how there happens to be two classes, two horns on a same animal, on a same beast, that are adverse to one another. Let me see if I can get anything juicy out of here. Let's see. That's straight. Let me type this in. Let me type this in. Democrats. So this is what the two horns are: the Democrats and the Republicans in modern day America, and in ancient Rome, it was the plebeians and patricians. All right, that lamb is America. The beast is the second beast. All right, the one that's coming up out of the earth is modern day America. All right, EU, NATO, the Edomite system revived. All right, and this is today those two horns. And like Elder Apostle Gabar was saying, they're both a part of the same machine. It doesn't matter who you vote for. It doesn't matter what side you're on. They're both pushing forth the agenda of America. All right, the elephant or the fucking donkey. All right, which would you either the elephant or the room in the room, or you're the jackass. Both of them are insignificant creatures, and you being an Israelite shouldn't be taking in part of that. All right, the scriptures tells us that you're not supposed to set a king over you that is not one of your own. That's in the law. But Jake is fucking crack babies. All right. Hey, the pictures speak for themselves. The Republicans represent. Let's see what we can get actually on Wiki. The Republicans today would represent, those that are the aristocrats, those that have more money, those that own businesses, those that uh, are pulling strings, so called. And then the Democrats supposedly, for the little guys, the regular Joe Schmo that drinks a 6-pack beer. All right. Let's see if we can get Democrat, Republican. I mean, this is a combination of the two. It's a silliness. I was looking for individual. Matter of fact, I think I saw something. Let me check something actually. Let me check something. All right, it's not going to be a. Here, I'll start with the Republican. All right, it's not going to be a long lesson. Let's see. The Republican Party, also referred to as the Grand Old Party, is one of the two major political parties in the United States. The other is its historical rival, the Democratic Party. All right, so let's click on this one out. So the Grand Old Party. The Democratic Party is one of the two major contemporary political parties in the United States, along with its rival, the Republican Party. All right, so hey, the two horns, but they're on the same skull of the same machine. All right, that's what this revelation is referring to, and it would literally only make the most sense, because this is dealing with the beast coming back to life. So we know this isn't dealing with ancient Rome. We know this is dealing with some sort of new power system that would be set up. And it says in the two horns. So two leading powers, so-called, that are integral. All right. When you have horns on the top of an animal, those are two things that are at the forefront, two things that can cause damage. And the two so-called parties that are at the forefront of this beast are the Democrats and the Republicans. All right, you have to go through them. When votes are being made, who they decide, so-called, who goes to war, things like that. All right, it only makes the most sense. All right, so let me see. As he exercises and he exercises all the power over the first beast before him. So America is doing the same things that ancient Rome was, spreading out its army, calling the shots, forcing people to speak its language, forcing its belief systems throughout the whole world, and causes the earth and them which dwell therein to worship the first beast, whose deadly wound was healed. All right, and these people are worshiping the first beast, which is Rome, through worshiping America, because America is that beast revived. All right, how do they worship it? Christianity, believing in sweet Jesus, believing that Esau Edom is the damn greatest thing ever. All right, and ultimately it's going to culminate in taking the mark of the beast, which we see down here in the latter verses. All right, but I'm gonna cut it at that. Oh, no, I'm not. Almost forgot the last part of the verse. And he spake as a dragon. All right, and so now what is that dealing with? Him speaking as a dragon. We're going to get real quick. Salakia. Salakia. Slovakia. Let me get uh let me get this real quick. How do they speak as a dragon? Real quick. Hopefully I typed it in right. Okay, Slovakia. Let me do this. Slovakia. Bear with me 1 second. Slovakia for the delay. Okay. This is I believe it's Revelation. I'm just trying to find it. Let me retype it. I spelled it wrong. Blasphemies. Come on. Come on, perfect. Okay. I believe it's in Revelation. Okay. Oh, you know what? It's similar to it, but it's in the same chapter. Blasphemies, speaking great blasphemies. All right, but let's just get the fact that how it spake as a dragon, in which the elders and apostles were going into, you know, the different brothers that I was breaking it down. Draconian laws. All right, literally Draco, dragon. Draconian laws, a code of laws prepared by Draco, the celebrated lawgiver of Athens, that by modern standards are considered exceedingly severe. The term draconian has come to be used to refer to any unusually harsh law. And did not Esau deal with us harshly? Matter of fact, let me get this. Let me get perfect. I believe that's Zechariah. All right, because for one small mishap, if you're an Israelite in this country, that could be your life. All right, you go jaywalking, you might get shot the fuck down. All right, you sneeze, you know that might be it. The police might feel like, you know what, hey, fuck it. You know, if you're Israelite, you get caught with the same amount of, and I'm not telling you to be doing drugs, nor do I condone it. If you get caught with drugs, good for you. You get caught with the same amount of drugs as an Edomite, you know, they'll get a way more heftier. I mean, the Israelite will get a way more heftier sentence. All right, Zechariah chapter 1, verse 15. Or maybe I'll start at 14. No, perfect. Zechariah 1 and 15. It says, and I'm very sore displeased with the heathen, that are at ease, for I was a little displeased, and they helped forward the affliction. So these devils put hell not only on Jacob, but on the entire world. That's how they speak as a dragon. All right. If you were to stand and say a real dragon was in front of you, and it let out it bellowed out a roar. All right, and spit fire at you, you'd be made one with the ground. All right, you'd be shaken up, terrified. That's how Esau does and treats everyone. If you don't listen to him, he'll put a treaty on you and starve your whole country out, or he'll come fly and drop bombs on you. This is how he speaks as a dragon, all right, with those iron teeth, all right, ready to kill and to destroy and to set up a garrison right in your country. Let me see. Let me see. Isaiah. Isaiah, is it 24? Or is it? Oh, perfect. Isaiah 33. Let me get another one. Isaiah 33. And we'll start at 1. Come Isaiah 33 and 1. It says, woe to thee that spoilest, and thou was not spoiled. Hey, America. Esau, Edom. No one's ran up in America yet and invaded and dropped bombs on them and set up garrisons. It says, and dealt treacherously, and they dealt not treacherously with thee. When thou shalt cease to spoil, thou shalt be spoiled, and when thou shalt make an end to deal treacherously, they shall deal treacherously with thee. All right, Esau, Edom is going around by modern standards, giving punishments that are exceedingly severe to the whole world, those within this country and those outside of it. That's how it speaks as a dragon. All right, whether you provoke Esau, Edom or not, if he feels like coming in and stomping your forehead in, he's going to come in and he's going to stomp in your forehead. All right, this is how he speaks as a dragon. Let me double check one more thing. Ezekiel 25. Perfect. Ezekiel 25 and 12. Thus saith the Lord power, because that Edom hath dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and hath greatly offended, and have revenged himself upon them. Khan. Hey. I mean, shit. What more dost thou want? All right. They took vengeance upon us. Matter of fact, let me get one more. Let me get one more. Salakia. You know, gotta just make sure I'm covering all points of that. All points of that. Ezekiel 35. Oh snap! We're gonna go to Ezekiel 35 to seal the deal on how Esau Edom has spoken as a dragon. Perfect. Ezekiel 33, 35, and 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it," which is what we're supposed to do. We prophesy. I like the elder apostle Tahar was going in on, and I'm guilty of that. Brothers, we get caught up in the character building videos and just the life lesson videos. At the end of the day, we can't forget that we're prophets and we have to push out prophecy. So verse 3, it says, "And say unto it, thus saith the Lord power, behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out my hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate. I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that they are Yahweh Bashmi Shai, because thou hast made a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time their iniquity had an end." So they shed our blood through the force of the sword, right? Like a dragon would shed your blood if it tore into you with its teeth, right? Metaphorically speaking. Ezekiel 35 and 6. "Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord, I will prepare thee unto blood, and blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee." So that's how they spake as a dragon. Wrapping up the end of Revelation 13 and 11. All right, so in conclusion, that lamb is America, modern day Rome revived. Those two horns, modern day, the Republicans and the Democrats, the two leading parties of so-called America, of this beast. You know, I mean, it's the illusion. We know the elites run everything, but it's the illusion that they set up. Uh, hey, you know, so I hope this is just another edifying lesson. All right, my response to the elder apostle Tar's, you know, basically command that he had put out. All right, so with that, I'm going to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim, Chakorash, the honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, peace, blessings, and salutations to all like Akim, Wak, the learning, teaching, and truth, and sincerity. With that, I'm going to say Shalom.